What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be going over the Master Key System by Charles F. Hannell, the small little thin book we've been reading out of. So we're going to be going over the first half of part 4, and as always, we're going to be going over some questions and getting some answers towards the end of the video. So the 5 questions we're going to be covering today are: what is thought? How is it created? How is it given vitality? How does it take form? And what is the secret of its creative power? So without further ado, we're going to get straight into the book and start reading the first half of part 4. Enjoy. Introduction to part 4. Enclosed herewith, I hand you part 4. This part will show you why what you think or do or feel is an indication of what you are. Thought is energy, and energy is power. And it is because all the religions, sciences, and philosophies with which the world has heretofore been familiar have been based upon the manifestation of this energy instead of the energy itself, that the world has been limited to effects, while causes have been ignored or misunderstood. For this reason we have God and the devil in religion, positive and negative in science, and good and bad in philosophy. The Master Key reverses this process. It is interested only in cause, and the letters received from students tell a marvelous story. They indicate conclusively that students are finding the cause whereby they may secure for themselves health, harmony, abundance, and whatever else may be necessary for their welfare and happiness. Life is expressive, and it is our business to express ourselves harmoniously and constructively. Sorrow, misery, unhappiness, dis-ease, and poverty are not necessities, and we are constantly eliminating them. But this process of eliminating consists in rising above and beyond limitation of any kind. He who has strengthened and purified his thought need not concern himself about microbes, and he who has come into an understanding of the law of abundance will go at once to the source of supply. It is thus that fate, fortune, and destiny will be controlled as readily as a captain controls his ship or an engineer his train. Alright, so part 4. The I of you is not the physical body. That is simply an instrument which the I uses to carry out its purpose. The I cannot be the mind, for the mind is simply another instrument which the I uses with which to think, reason, and plan. The I must be something which controls and directs both the body and the mind, something which determines what they shall do and how they shall act. When you come into a realization of the true nature of this I, you will enjoy a sense of power which you have never before known. Your personality is made up of countless individual characteristics, peculiarities, habits, and traits of character. These are the results of your former method of thinking, but they have nothing to do with the real I. When you say I think, the I tells the mind what it shall think. When you say I go, the I tells the physical body where it shall go. The real nature of this I is spiritual, and is the source of the real power which comes to men and women when they come into a realization of their true nature. The greatest and most marvelous power which this I has been given is the power to think, but few people know how to think constructively or correctly. Consequently, they achieve only indifferent results. Most people allow their thoughts to dwell on selfish purposes, the inevitable result of an infantile mind. When a mind becomes mature, it understands that the germ of defeat is in every selfish thought. The trained mind knows that every transaction must benefit every person who is in any way connected with the transaction, and any attempt to profit by the weakness, ignorance, or necessity of another will inevitably operate to his disadvantage. This is because the individual is a part of the universal. A part cannot antagonize any other part, but, on the contrary, the welfare of each part depends upon a recognition of the interest of the whole. Those who recognize this principle have a great advantage in the affairs of life. They do not wear themselves out. They can eliminate vagrant thoughts with facility. They can readily concentrate to the highest possible degree on any subject. They do not waste time or money upon objects which can be of no possible benefit to them. If you cannot do these things, it is because you have thus far not made the necessary effort. Now is the time to make the effort. The result will be exactly in proportion to the effort expended. One of the strongest affirmations which you can use for the purpose of strengthening the will and realizing your power to accomplish is, I can be what I will to be. Every time you repeat it, realize who and what this I is. Try to come into a thorough understanding of the true nature of the I. If you do, you will become invincible. That is, provided that your objects and purposes are constructive and therefore in harmony with the creative principle of the universe. If you make use of this affirmation, use it continuously, night and morning, and as often during the day as you think of it, and continue to do so until it becomes a part of you. Form the habit. Unless you do this, you had better not start at all, because modern psychology tells us that when we start something and do not complete it, or make a resolution and do not keep it, we are forming the habit of failure, absolute, ignominious failure. If you do not intend to do a thing, do not start. If you do start, see it through, even if the heavens fall. If you make up your mind to do something, do it. Let nothing, no one interfere. The I in you has determined the thing is settled. The die is cast. There is no longer any argument. If you carry out this idea, beginning with the small things which you know you can control and gradually increase the effort, but never under any circumstances allowing your I to be overruled, you will find that you can eventually control yourself. And many men and women have found to their sorrow that it is easier to control a kingdom than to control themselves. But when you have learned to control yourself, you will have found the world within, which controls the world without. You have become irresistible. Men and things will respond to your every wish without any apparent effort on your part. This is not so strange or impossible as it may appear when you remember that the world within is controlled by the I, and that this I is a part or one with infinite I, which is the universal energy or spirit, usually called God. Alright guys, so that was the first half of part 4 of the Master Key System. So now we're going to go over the answers to these questions. Okay, it's pretty small over here. So number 1, what is thought? So thought is spiritual energy. 2, how is it created? By the law of vibration. 3, how is it given vitality? By the law of love. 4, how does it take form? By the law of growth. And number 5, what is the secret of its creative power? It is a spiritual activity. All right, guys. So that was 1 through 5, the questions from the beginning. So let's go over to the end of the video. So I want to thank you guys for watching. The next video will be the second half of part 4. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed that, smash the like button, help this get out to more people. Tap the subscribe button, help us with our current goal of 1,000 subscribers. And if you have any questions, you can always email me directly at info@tycoontalk.xyz, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below. I read all the comments and I get back to my emails as soon as possible. And let me know any other topics you'd like me to discuss on this channel, so I can go more in depth or cover a different type of topic or understanding, and I just make it way more clear for you guys. And all of my links are in the description box below. And if you like this video, check out the other videos on my channel where I talk about making money with cryptocurrency, how to fix your credit, the financial markets, a bunch of cool information that you can't necessarily Google on your own. So go ahead and check that out. They're all in playlist on my channel, perfectly organized, and you can find them all there. So I want to thank you guys once again, and I'm sending infinite abundance to you now and forever, my friends. I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.